The sanding robot begins in axis play mode when first powered on. Keeping both toggle switches in the middle allows you to toggle the arm up and down with the green button. The forward limit switch to the right toggles the rotation back and forth. The rear limit switch to the right toggles the drive motors forward and backward. If you want to get out of axis play mode, you flip both toggle switches to the right and press the green button. As seen in the program, this cycles to the speed selection subroutine. This allows you to select the speed of the robot based on the soil level of the beam. When you press the button again, this cycles to the beam width selection mode. For a 10-inch beam, which is what we have here, you put the forward limit switch in the middle and you put the rear limit switch to the right. Pressing the green button again will start the sanding sequence. The sander raises the arm, homes the rotation by turning it clockwise, and then counter-rotates it to position 1. The Sandtronix 6 has a metal gear tooth encoder, which detects the rising and falling edge of the gear teeth. 2 counters are used in the rotation of the program, one to detect the rising edge, one to detect the falling edge. Once a pre-programmed count number is reached, we are at position 1. The sanding robot arm lowers, and the machine starts forward. There's a yellow light on the sensor in the front which indicates it is activated. Once the sander reaches the edge of the beam, this light turns off. This means the sensor has been deactivated. Once the middle of the sanding pad is reached, the sanding robot raises the arm, rotates to position 2, and then lowers again. For beams that are 10 and 12 inches wide, there are 3 rows of coverage. For beams that are 6 and 8 inches wide, there are 2 rows of coverage. For 4-inch wide beams, there is only 1 row. In our program, there are twice as many rotation positions as there are the number of rows. In order to get full coverage of the workpiece, the sanding robot must sand in front of and behind itself. To accomplish this, without using too many steps in the program or wasting too much time cruising up and down the beam, the sanding robot sands to the edge of the beam, then backs up, rotates a specified amount of sweep, and then sands forward again. The pattern continues through all 6 positions. Once the final position is reached, and the sander reaches the edge of that beam in that position, the program knows to raise the arm and stop all other operations. If the e-stop is pressed while the sanding sequence is in order, the arm raises and all operations are halted. This is just one of many ways that the Sandtronix 6 can be programmed to sand a beam.